Hey everybody, welcome to Bura. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about why rural properties are going to continue to increase in value from this one surprising technology. Alright, welcome back. Towards this video, make sure you like and subscribe. The more likes and subscribes you get, the more content we can make. The number one reason why you subscribe to this amazing YouTube channel is to get in the money-making trends before they go mainstream. So, work from home has been going on for more than a year now, and surprise, surprise, it is working. And even I'm a little bit surprised as I run a business that I think it would work, but sure enough, it is actually working. Now, one of the reasons why it is working is because we actually have the tools to make this work, and of course, we are forced to make this work. The Delta variant is a new kind of variant, and it is a lot more severe than the original strain of COVID. So a lot of businesses are not looking to have the litigation against them just in case they get people into the office and they get the Delta variant. It's possible that there are some breakthrough cases and some people that are fully vaccinated could get sick. Few people could actually die. And of course, businesses do not want that kind of hassle. So there's a lot of companies like Apple that have said, no, we're not going to come back to the office. And this is a little bit of a shame because Apple just built a really nice new campus further into the country, into places that not normally people live every day, and they have decided to make a life for them. And this is really good because, believe it or not, I thought that the country and a lot of properties that were outside of major cities were incredibly undervalued. And sure enough, they are going to retain their value because here's a surprising new technology that is going to make not only commuting into cities a lot easier, but it's going to make commuting in between places a lot easier. Now, of course, this technology is electric planes. Now, electric planes have a bunch of design challenges, but there is one company that is making this work. And this is really interesting because you can basically make smaller planes that go into regional airports instead of the major airports. Now, when you think about going on a plane, you have to, 1, get to the airport, 2, go through security, and 3, get on a plane. Now, these planes are absolutely huge. And these planes, they actually go quite far. And a lot of the planes that you're taking, let's say you need to go basically an hour or a 2-hour flight, you don't need to hop in the same kind of plane that goes for 8 or 9 hours. And the reason for this is mostly fuel. Now, fuel does have a very high energy concentration, and this is why we use jet fuel. However, we can use batteries for shorter flights. If you need to go maybe 1 or 2 hours somewhere, this might be a better option. And this is exactly what this company is planning to do. This company is planning to make a bunch of electric planes work so that people can get from A to B. Now, believe it or not, in the United States, there are major airports, but there's also a bunch of regional airports. And these regional airports are, of course, a lot smaller, and they can't handle the big planes, but they can handle smaller planes. And there are so many regional airports that it's possible that people can commute to these regional airports and then go to either a major airport or another hub. Now, this is going to be really interesting because you can maybe live a 10-minute drive away from these regional airports, and you believe it or not, there's actually a lot of people that live around these regional airports, but most people don't know. And you can drive to the airport, get in a plane, and then hop into a major city quite frequently. And this would be really good because, believe it or not, even though work from home is going to be more standard in the future, there will be some times where you have to commute into a city, and this is probably the best way to do that. I think this is really good, and it does solve the commuting problem. Let's say you bought a house that is 4 hours away from your job. Well, guess what? You can now hop on a plane and then get to the city. Now, some people might actually commute like this every day. They might drive 10 minutes to the plane, maybe wait another 10 minutes, and then in a 20-minute ride, they're in the city, and within a reasonable commuting time, they'll be able to get to their office. Now, of course, that's not something that I would want to do personally, but it's something that could be possible in the future. Now, the whole point of this is that these regional airports are extremely underutilized, and I haven't even mentioned that electric planes cost less because not only do electric planes require less maintenance, but they require less energy as well. And both of those factors will make flying dirt cheap. Now, I would love to take a plane maybe 30 minutes to a major metropolitan area and live farther out where I can get a bigger house and a bigger lot. I think this isn't a win-win. And in the United States particularly, this would be really good. I think this is absolutely major because you could live in a very nice area, have a really big house, and have a really big lot. Now, this works the best in the United States. If you live in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, or the UK, this doesn't work as well. Even though people in the UK decide to commute to London every day from very far away. I don't understand that. If you're you're from the UK and things have changed, I want to know down below, because the commute in the UK is just ridiculous from an outsider's point of view. So I don't think rural properties are going to go down at all. Now, the other thing you could do is you could, believe it or not, have a cottage or a cabin far away. You could hop into one of these regional airports and go to even a more remote area where you have an even bigger house. So the rural properties have gone up more in the last year than, well, pretty much anyone has thought possible. Now, people think that these properties might be in a bubble. Now, I might say that these properties might be a little bit overvalued, but I do think that people will stay and work from home as long as possible. Now, remember, the longer this pandemic goes on, the longer work from home is going to become the normal, and the longer that work is going to become the normal, the less chance you're going to have to go back to the office. And this doesn't even account for another strain that's possibly worse than the Delta variant. Let's hope that doesn't happen, but it could happen. And if it does, then I think work from home is absolutely going to be the wave of the future. Now, of course, this poses a whole bunch of other problems if you're just starting out, because it's very hard to get FaceTime with your boss and get promoted, but who knows what's going to happen. All right, so that concludes this video. I want to know your thoughts down below. Would you buy a property farther out if you could commute via plane? Have you ever taken a small plane and been to one of these regional airports? Let me know your thoughts down below. Remember, this channel doesn't do Patreon, said we sell digital products down below. The more you get with the content that you buy below, the more content we can make. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.